This video will cover the procedures suggested by Neyra Industries for winterizing bulk storage tanks to prepare for the colder seasons and for the season startup. With your last load of sealer, add dilution water to the bulk storage tank to help flush out any remaining sealer, as well as to clean the strainer and pump. Lock out all power equipment prior to removing the manhead to ensure optimal safety conditions. Once the tank is pumped as empty as possible, remove the bolted manhead cover on the rear dish head of the tank. Remember to keep track of your manhead nuts and bolts during the off-season so you have them ready when you reinstall the manhead at the season startup. With two loose-fitting bolts still in place, pry open the manhead to break the seal, and then remove. For your gas engine, electric motor, or roper pump, reference the manufacturer's manual for proper winterization procedures. If you cannot locate your equipment manuals, please reach out to your Neyra representative. Next, remove the strainer basket from the strainer basket housing. Clean strainer basket prior to storing over the winter. Return strainer basket back to housing. Open the top hinged manhead to allow airflow to dry out remaining material in the tank. To restrict rain coming in the manhead, rest the manhead down while still allowing airflow. Leave top hinged manhead open until temperatures reach freezing. During freezing temperatures, use proper lockout and tagout procedures and personal protective equipment to enter the confined space of the tank. Caution: make sure to have proper ventilation as well as the proper PPE prior to entering the tank. Review all OSHA safety regulations regarding entering confined spaces and wearing the proper PPE. OSHA is the guide to successful tank entry permits. Use an air chisel to remove dried sealer from all surfaces inside of the tank, including agitator blades, agitator shaft, and tank walls. Chip the tank during the coldest time of the day, beginning each day with the top of the tank, since the sealer will be brittle and chip off the easiest. When the sun is on the tank, chipping becomes much more difficult. Next, remove any sealer that is dried on the outside of the tank. Use the air chisel to remove dried sealer from any outside surface such as around the manhead, agitator, and packing gland. While working in this area, inspect the bearing for damage and replace if necessary. Remove the 3-inch plug from the 3-inch T on the outlet of the tank to aid in the removal of the final debris from the tank. When the tank is completely chipped out, shovel all the debris into a bucket to remove it from the tank. Sweep out any remaining dust and debris from the bottom of the tank. The tank is considered clean when all sealer is removed and only bare metal is visible. Reinstall the 3-inch plug from the 3-inch T on the outlet of the tank when winterizing process is complete. Dispose of sealer chips in an approved disposal vessel. Remember to check with your local landfill about proper disposal regulations and permitting. After sweeping out the tank, do a thorough inspection of the agitator blade and shaft for any fatigue and cracks. If your agitator shaft is equipped with shear bolts, be sure that both are in good working order or replace if necessary. Inspect the agitator shaft receiver in the rear of the tank where the agitator shaft is connected to the rear dish head of the tank. If worn, the agitator shaft receiver can be rotated 1/2 turn. If the agitator shaft receiver is worn out, contact your local Neyra representative. Repair any damages that may be present prior to season startup. Warning: if the suggested winterization steps are not followed correctly, you could experience the following: agitator failure, pump failure, broken agitator shaft or blade, strainer basket clogging, or contaminated sealer. Bulk storage tank season startup. To begin startup preparation, enter the tank to sweep out any leftover debris. Caution: make sure to have proper ventilation as well as proper PPE prior to entering the tank. Review all OSHA safety regulations regarding entering confined spaces and wearing the proper PPE. Grease all fittings on the pump and agitator shaft. Reapply grease as needed throughout the season. Tighten the packing gland bolts using a 3/4 inch wrench. Check all fluid levels and replace filters. Remove all lockout/tagout equipment from the tank. Run the agitator system to verify that everything is in good working order. If everything is working properly, continue startup process. If the agitator does not seem to be performing properly, contact your Neyra representative for assistance. Lock out all power equipment prior to reinstalling the bolted manhead cover to ensure optimal safety conditions. Clean the edging around the manhead plate and manhead opening with a wire wheel, then apply RTV sealant around the manhead plate. Reinstall the bolted manhead cover to the rear dish head of the tank with two 3/4 inch wrenches. Inspect all hoses and camlock fittings prior to receiving your first load. Do not begin the season startup procedures if the suggested winterization steps were not completed. If you do, you could experience the following: agitator failure, pump failure, broken agitator shaft or blade, strainer basket clogging, or contaminated sealer. If you have any issues or questions about the condition of your tank, please contact your Neyra representative prior to ordering your first load of sealer for the season. Visit our website at neyra.com to access mix design and tank charts on our calculators page.